Hey guys, how's it going? It's Nick Pino with TechRadar, and I've got two of the new Xbox consoles from Microsoft, and I thought you might want to unbox them with me. So just before we dive into the boxes of the consoles themselves, let's talk about what makes these two consoles different. On my right here, I've got the Xbox Series X. This is the flagship console from Microsoft. Comes with a disc tray, can play games in 4K at 120 frames per second. And on my left, I've got the Xbox Series S. Has a 512 gigabyte solid-state drive, can play games at 120 frames per second, but only in 1440p. Those are the two major differences between the consoles, and with that, I think we're ready to crack them open. Let's start with the Xbox Series X. Ooh. Here we go. This is the console itself. Power your dreams. Nice little tagline there for the Xbox Series X. As you can see, we're opening this for the first time, so we're going to see the console together. There it is. This is your first look at the Xbox Series X. It looks a little bit like a mini tower, right? Like a mini PC, and that's because it really is. Let's get that out of the way. All right, and on the front of the console, you can see the power button up top, the disc eject, and the controller sync button right next to a USB port. Let's spin the console around. And on the back side, you can see an array of ports. Looks like we got two USB ports, the expandable storage, the Ethernet port, HDMI, and the power port. You can see vents on the top of the console, on the back, but that's really about it compared to the PS5, which has vents pretty much all over the console. That's more or less the console itself. That's pretty much all there is there. It's a very sleek, very modern looking console. Again, looks just like a little mini PC. Let's see what else is inside the box. All right, looks like we've got HDMI cable. Looks like we've got power cable. What else? Some product guide. And this is the new Xbox Series X controller. Now it looks a lot like the controller of the Xbox One, but with a few key changes. There's a share button in the middle. There's a new directional pad. If you can see on the triggers themselves, there's a little bit of a grip texture added to them. But otherwise, there's also a textured grip on the controller itself, on the wings of the controller. But otherwise, that looks like your standard Xbox One controller. One thing that isn't so great, if I can pop this off right there, is still going to use AA batteries. So buy some rechargeable batteries if you haven't already. That's everything inside the Xbox Series X box. Let me get things cleaned up, and then we'll crack open the Xbox Series S. All right, so that was the Xbox Series X. Now let's dive into the Xbox Series S. Again, less powerful than the Xbox Series X. However, it's much cheaper, and yeah, it kind of caters to the audience that uses Xbox Game Pass. With that being said, let's crack it open. Let's see what's inside. Again, power your dreams. It's like the slogan of next generation Xboxes. I mean, one thing that's already surprising to me is how much smaller this console is than the Xbox Series X. Get that stuff out of the way. All right. Kind of resembles the Xbox One S from last generation. Again, the all-white exterior, the diminutive size of it, its small stature. Like this is definitely a smaller console, a little less powerful, but yeah, still represents the next generation of gaming. Vents on top for cooling. What do we got on the front face here? Again, power button, controller sync button, USB. What you don't see here is any disk drive, and then therefore no disk eject button. Let's spin it around, see what kind of ports we got on the back side. On the back of this one, you're looking at Ethernet, 2 USBs, HDMI, that storage expansion for another SSD, and a power port. That's all there is on the console itself, no proprietary ports, and I think in this case that's a very good thing. Spin this back around and let's see what accessories come with the console. All right. Same thing, product and regulatory guide. You've got HDMI cable, power cable, and the same controller as before, but now in a white color. Again, share button, D-pad. Looks like a USB-C port on top. Grip triggers, grip wings, batteries, thumbs down. Otherwise though, looks pretty cool. All right guys, and that's it for the Xbox Series S. If you haven't seen our PS5 unboxing video, make sure you check that out. And as always, thanks so much for watching. I'm Nick Pino, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.